Hey y'all, welcome back to the channel. So today I'm going to be talking about all the books that I read in the month of March. So I'm going to go ahead and get started in the order that I read them. So the first book that I read is called The Neighbor Favor by Christina Forrest. And this was a cute love story between Nick and Lily. And Lily wants to be a children's book editor inspired by the story that Nick wrote, but she doesn't know that he wrote it. This book really reminded me of You've Got Mail, if you ever seen the movie with Tom Hanks and Meg Ryan. It reminded me a lot of that. So the synopsis is they pretty much start exchanging emails. They don't know who each other are, and I don't want to give too much away, but he figures out who she is eventually. They end up in the same city, and I'm gonna just leave it at that. This was a cute, fluffy romance, and I really enjoyed this book, and I would definitely recommend it to someone. It did kind of drag in the middle just a tad, but I really enjoyed this book. This was a good read, The Neighbor Favor. The next book was The Housemaid's Secret, and this is by Frida McFadden, and I enjoyed this book a lot. I do feel like, personally for me, I enjoyed The Housemaid more than The Housemaid's Secret. Of course, I'm gonna get The Housemaid Is Always Watching, I think that's what it's called, and that drops in June, so I'm excited to read that as well. This was a good read, but I just wish that the end was a little bit different. I'm happy that Millie was able to get away with what she was able to get away with, and I don't want to say too much because I don't want to give the plot away, but pretty much the synopsis for this is that she begins working for another family in the city. She feels like the wife has some problems, issues, and she feels like she can help her, and she believes that the husband is abusing her. This was a good read though, definitely a good read. Would I recommend it? Of course. The next book that I read is called One Week in Paradise. This was about Bailey and Cash, but his real name is Caspian. And so the synopsis for this book was that, so something happened with Bailey. She is a social media influencer. An incident happened. She's very embarrassed by it. She ends up having to move back in with her parents. This is on the back of the book, I believe. She ends up getting an offer for a trip, for a week-long trip, but it's a couple's trip. And she currently doesn't have a boyfriend. So this is where her brother's best friend enters. He offers to go on a trip with her. So yeah, this was a cute, fluffy romance. And I did get, this is a series. So this is the first book in the series. I forget what the next book is called, but I already ordered it, I already have it. And I'm gonna be reading the next book in the series. And then there's also a third book. So I haven't ordered the third book yet, but I'm excited to read the next book in the series. This was cute. Oh, would I recommend this? Definitely. So the reason why I'm saying would I recommend it, would I not recommend it, is because I am not really rating things by stars. Like I don't want to rate every book by stars because there's just too many books that I read to be like, oh, I'm rating this, or I'm rating this, that. Okay, so the next book that I read is called A Love Song for Ricky Wilde by Tia Williams. This was a good book. This was a good book, y'all. I would definitely recommend this book. It does have magical realism in it. That's a new term that I've learned. This book is about Ricky and Ezra Breeze Walker. He is a jazz musician, and she wants to be a florist. Synopsis for this is that she is born into a family that already has a family business that she does not want to be a part of. She wants to go her own way and have her own business. And so she decides to move to New York, Harlem specifically, and she rents out this space that she wants to be her new florist shop where she does floral arrangements. She's very, very good at it, and she ends up meeting Breeze Walker, and I'm gonna just leave it at that. I laughed so much during this book. I also tabbed this book. You can't really see it, but I tab all my books to like match the color scheme of I match the color scheme of the cover, or the colors of the cover. I don't know what I'm trying to say. But anyways, I enjoyed this book so much. As much as I enjoyed 7 Days in June, I enjoyed this book as well. And I also love how she mentions previous characters of her books and in the book that you're reading is just funny to me. I love this. This is also set in today's time. This is set in 2024. And this book, like, I can't say enough good things about this book. I really enjoyed reading it. It was a great read. Definitely, you know, 10 out of 10 recommend. Love this book. All right, so next we have This Could Be Us by Miss Kennedy Ryan. I also tabbed this one as well. I just love my tabs. I don't tab every book or annotate every book, but I decided to annotate this one because I love this book so much. As we go through Soledad's journey, this book was so much about self-love, being on that journey of self-acceptance and learning new things about yourself. And while there is a love interest in the book, it's more so about Soledad's journey for herself and pretty much taking her life back, reclaiming her time. I enjoyed this book. 10 out of 10, definitely would recommend. I honestly enjoyed this book a little bit more than Before I Let Go. Like, I'm gonna be honest, I enjoyed it more than Before I Let Go. But definitely 10 out of 10 would recommend. It's a little thicky, but it's good though. It's good. I personally went through this book not really fast, but I would say at a reasonable rate because I wasn't trying to miss nothing. I didn't want to rush, but I really enjoyed this book. I would definitely recommend this. All right, so next we have The Wedding Date by Jasmine Guillory, and this book was about Alexa and Dr. Drew. The synopsis of this book is that Alexa is at a hotel to meet her sister, and she meets Drew in the elevator. This was a cute, fluffy read. It is black and white, as you can see, so interracial romance. It was cute though. It was definitely cute. All right, so the next book that I have is Starry Eyes. I enjoyed Starry Eyes so much, y'all, more than I thought I would when I picked it up. I picked this up at Books A Million randomly, and I enjoyed reading this so much. And this is a thickie for a YA book. This is a thickie. This is over 400 pages. But anyways, so I think I mentioned it in a previous video, but I love Alex Approximately. It's on the back. This book was about Zori and Lennon. It's pretty much a enemies to lovers story. I guess you would classify it as that. She isn't, okay, so let me start over. Zori is invited on a camping trip with some kind of used to be friends trying to become better friends, and she's kind of invited on the camping trip by her mother. Her mother encourages her to go, and so she goes on a camping trip. And what she didn't know is that her ex-friend Lennon was invited on the camping trip as well. So I'm gonna just leave it there. It is a cute, fluffy romance, really cute. And this takes place in California. I think the other book took place in California as well. But I like this author's books, Jen Bennett. So this one's Starry Eyes, and definitely you should pick up Alex Approximately if you love films and talking about old films and stuff like that. I definitely enjoyed this book. Oh, 10 out of 10, definitely would recommend. All right, so next we have The Partner Plot. The Partner Plot was so cute. Obviously, it's from Christina Forrest. It's the second book in the series, technically, I guess. And then the next book that's coming out next year is called Love Lyric. I'm excited to read that, about Iris's story. So we had Lily with The Neighbor Favor, and then we have Violet. This is Violet's story. Now, in The Neighbor Favor, Violet was hilarious, y'all. She always had something to say about her sister. Both Iris and Violet, like them going back and forth about what was best for Lily, was hilarious to me. But in the end, Lily decided like she gonna do what she want to do type thing. But anyways, this was so cute, so cute. So this is about Violet, and it's kind of interesting because in her own story, it's more about the journey that she is on, as well as of self-healing. Well, not necessarily self-healing, but how important it is to take a break and to have rest in your life, like in your everyday routine, you should just rest. So Violet is on that journey of like resting. She is rising up in her career, and she has a chance encounter with her ex-boyfriend from high school, Xavier. And Xavier is also on his own journey as well, because he's on the journey of not self-discovery, but he is at that place in life where he feels like he has been working at the same place for a little while. He kind of feels stagnant. He wants to move on. The town where he is, they just meet at the right time. They meet at the right time and they reconnect. So this is a second chance love story. It's a cute, fluffy romance. Definitely would recommend. 10 out of 10, definitely recommend. Alright, and then the last book that I read was called Spin About You by Brienne Dene. Yeah, Brienne Dene. And so this was a short, it says Thanksgiving novelette down here at the bottom. This was a cute story of Gracie and Gerard, and they met at a Thanksgiving. They met at a Friendsgiving. I'm sorry. They met at a Friendsgiving weekend with friends. Weekend with friends. I already said that. Yeah, she doesn't know him. He doesn't know her, but apparently they're from the same city. It's about giving yourself a chance to fall in love with someone. So this was also a, I wouldn't say fluffy romance, but it was definitely a romance, an urban romance. It was for the culture. And I've heard a lot of people say that this book was for the culture, which is why I picked it up. It's very short. You can finish it in a day. And it was a cute story. So I definitely want to read or pick up more from this author. And this is called Spin About You. 10 out of 10, definitely would recommend. So yeah, I enjoyed reading this. Those were all the books that I read in March. Altogether, I ended up reading 9 books last month, and I enjoyed all of them. I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye guys.